Hello everyone, and today I'll be reading a Xiao listener by me. So let's get into it. Xiao didn't seem to be feeling well today. That was something you could tell right away. Maybe he was not so subtle, or maybe he noticed too much. You would never know the answer to that question. But that was not the thing that mattered the most at the moment. What mattered the most was the fact that he didn't look okay to you. And you were worried about him. And you knew it would not be so easy to get him to confess anything to you. Xiao was like that, too private. And a lot of his fears and a lot of the feelings in him stayed within him until he got out one unhealthy way or another. Speaking to someone and talking to them simply was not an option to him, usually. But you're here now, and that was something new within his life. Something he knew he had to get used to. But it was hard. That's a lot of changes. A lot of things he's unaccustomed to. So of course it's going to take time. And of course, it's going to take some work on your part as well. You were going to have to coax him out of that little hole he would dig himself whenever he was upset. Whether that would be teleporting to Wang Shuyin, or just staying within his room in complete silence. The most you could do was get him to eat almond tofu, but even then, not a word would get out of his mouth, and it worried you endlessly. You loved him after all, but more than that, you wanted to know what was going on through his head, what his worries were, and what scared him. You wanted to know so much about him, not due to curiosity. Maybe there was some of it, but you wanted to understand your lover. You deserved that, didn't you? To love someone is to know everything about them, to be able to love them properly, to be able to help them when they needed you. And if you didn't know what he needed, were you even a proper lover then? Was your love even real? Questions just kept circling within your mind, scaring you, making your heart beat faster with anxiousness. And you knew you had to do something about this. But when you walked into his room, you never expected to walk in on Xiao of all people, crying. That shocked you, stealing your breath away, and certainly not in a good way. Xiao, darling, why are you crying? You say, sitting next to him, and he looked shocked. He didn't want you walking in on him while he was like this, so he tried to wipe the tears away, not really facing you. I'm fine, Mayan. Please, just ignore it. I was not at my best. He seemed to be struggling with words, but most importantly, he looked so sad and vulnerable. You couldn't help but have that urge to hold him within your arms. And that's why you reached out and held him. And although it seemed like he was going to break out of your hold, he stayed there. And eventually, he let himself cry again. And let himself be held by you, wrapping his arms around your waist and burying his face into the crook of your neck. He loves you. He loves you so deeply. You're so important to him in so many levels. And for the first time in his life, it feels like he has a shoulder to cry on. For everyone, he had to be strong. He had to protect those around him. And he could not be vulnerable in front of them. Did not have someone who you could be close to, in the manner that he's close with you. So now that you're here, so much has changed, and he's so unused to it. It baffles him sometimes, how kind you are, how much he loves you, and how he still has you. You've loved each other for so long now, but yet it feels so little. Maybe because he's left for hundreds of years, and maybe because he's so scared that sometimes he's afraid to have all of your love, because he's scared of when he's about to lose it. But in this moment, Nothing mattered more than being in your arms and feeling all of your warmth and love for him. And eventually, after he quieted down and let out a shaky sigh, you finally talked. Xiao, what happened? What was making you sad? I've never seen you like this. Please tell me. I'm worried. There isn't much I haven't told you, Ayan. What you need to know is that it's over with. There's nothing to be done about it. It's in the past. And in the moment, I was just reminiscing and mourning, I guess. I didn't expect myself to cry, but I guess this time, it's been a lot for me. Oh, Xiao, next time, next time you want to talk about them, your siblings, you can tell me. I'm right here. And I know sometimes it may appear to make you sad, but letting out all those memories and sharing them with someone, it won't keep the sadness inside of you. You can share it. I don't mind sharing your sadness. You share my happiness and sadness too. Our sadness and our feelings, they're meant to be shared. And we're together, Xiao. No matter what happens with you, no matter what I go through, or what you're going through, I know we have to stick by each other. And right now, you need me. So the least I can do is be here for you. And listen to you. I don't mind what you're going to say. I don't mind anything at all. If it lightens a load on your heart, then I'll listen. And I'll be happy doing it. Please, Xiao. Just do that. It's not a burden when you tell me what you need. And when you talk to me and let it off your chest. He looked at you, and he felt like his heart was melting. And there were nearly tears in his eyes again. He hugged you tightly then, kissing you sweetly, as he just melted into your arms. Of course, Ryan. Of course. I love you so much. You know that, right? I know. And I love you too. Please, remember it for me. I will. I could never forget.